All right, Sandy, this is one of those moments that will only happen once, and I figured we'd better document it because it'll never happen again.
Oh boy, what is that?
Oh my God, that sounds pretty heavy, doesn't it?
It does.
We got to hook up this RV for the last time. You ready for this?
Oh my God.
What?
Is that real?
I don't know. Tell me how you're feeling right now, what you're thinking, and what's going on.
Well, yeah, that does sound pretty heavy. You know, it's so bittersweet, right? Because this was our life, our baby, our everything, all we've known for the last 10 years.
Our identity. I feel like some of our identity.
Oh, definitely our identity to people online. And to think that this is our last road trip. How are you feeling about that?
I don't know. Like, I'm excited about the future because limitless possibilities, but I'm also, it's a little hard to, it's so hard to say goodbye. You know that song? To yesterday. Nothing lasts forever, though, guys. I think that's what I've come to realize in this
we're
life.
trying something new, right? And I think in the spirit of trying something new, it comes new things. And I think it's funny because when we announced that we were moving into a house, our audience, we had a lot of DMs and comments of like, what? Like, I did not see that coming. I thought that you were going to either maybe get a new RV or go travel international somewhere, but never, I don't think anybody thought we were getting into a house. Us included, like that. This was a very recent idea that kind of happened very quickly. Like it went into motion really fast. So I mean, literally, the first idea of a house was from our friends Drew and Crystal, and I think within the month we already had a house or something crazy like that.
We always joke around that we make life-changing decisions in an afternoon.
Definitely an afternoon.
So what we got going on in this video is we're going to hang out here in the RV for a little bit. We're going to take the kids to a water park, and then they're going away for a week.
Oh my God.
Away
Sleepaway camp.
At Sleepaway Camp, which is the first time they've really been out of our essence for a while, so we're kind of nervous and excited for them at the same time. We all got to let go at some point and let these kids kind of blossom, spread their wings, and get to the next level. So.
Whew, yeah, we never let them do a sleepaway camp, so this is definitely trying something new.
All right, I think we've got to.
So should we give a couple of not pros and cons, but some of our favorite experiences in the RV?
All right, you go first. What's two of your favorite things that we did in the RV?
I loved traveling down into the Keys and staying in an RV on these little islands in the Keys. I thought if you RV, I highly recommend going down to the Keys because you're literally on a little island, and I absolutely love that. I mean, I don't think we ever really had a spot where we can drop the patio down and it's like basically over water. That would have been the most epic.
We were about 30 feet away.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. Not in the Keys, though. We didn't do that. That's seriously absolutely epic. And if you get the 1,000 Trails membership, you can get it for $20 a night down in the Keys. So that's always a fond memory of mine.
What's one more?
Well, I think just overall traveling in the RV with kids, I absolutely love that you have everything with you. Like you have your house and it's everything, all your comforts and everything that you know, and you're moving it around the country. So I think that in itself is why we loved it for so long. It's just easy. Like we travel a lot international and it's a pain in the ass when you have only your basics in the luggage. And of course we travel pretty heavy, so we usually have like 10 big luggages.
We're at 49 pounds and you need 50 pounds to get on the plane.
Times
and so
5 luggages.
If you get a pair of shorts or a souvenir, you're like, wow, we're not going to make it, guys. You got to get rid of something.
Like you got to wear it.
All right, so that's two fond memories.
Let me
go with two of mine. Since we've been RVing for 10 years, I think one of my fondest memories is the day we pulled away from the house and left it all behind because it was such a weird feeling to sever that connection to the house and pull away. And the only thing that you got is like your vehicle and what you're towing behind you. So if anybody ever want to know what it's like to live in an RV, it is tight.
It is tight.
But it'll bring us all closer together.
Yes.
Here we go, guys.
All right.
On 3, Team Phelan. 1, 2, 3.
Team Phelan!
How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Good, Skylar?
Awesome.
Ryder, how you feeling?
Yeah.
All right. All right, lives out. Another fond memory that I have is kind of weird. We had the Class A, and I remember the kids would be asleep in the back. We're making one of our cross-country journeys, and I remember getting up at like, let's say 5 in the morning. We're on the road by 5:30. Everybody's sleeping still on the back, and by the time everybody wakes up, it's 9 o'clock in the Class A. I'm driving. I got 200 miles already under our belts. Sandy gets up, makes
was a bonus.
breakfast. While we're driving, everybody goes to the bathroom, pops on a movie, and just those travel days where we just get to look out those back windows and take in the country, I think is definitely one of my favorite moments.
You know, the Class A was amazing when the kids were smaller because they're too big now for Class A. But I loved that style of driving because the journey itself became really fun. You got the bathroom, you could make food, you could lay down and watch a movie. Like, you could do so many fun things while driving, opposed to in a fifth wheel, you're towing, you got everybody's in the back seat or we're all in a truck. Like, so that was the one thing when we first actually decided to go RVing, Jimmy was like, oh, we should do a fifth wheel. I go, absolutely not. I go, we have to do a Class A because you're going to be driving and I'm going to be the one manning the kids. And the kids were small. They were 3, 6, and 7. And so I was like, I know there's a lot of things that need to be done when the kids are that age. You know, lots of bathroom breaks, lots of food, lots of, everything. And so I go, there's no way I want to have 3 little kids in the back seat and I'm constantly doing this. And so the Class A was like the only way to go.
All right, 2 cons real quick, and then we'll get this RV set up.
2 travel days.
Travel days a con?
Pack up. I think the pack up after a while was just...
wears on you.
It just wears on you. But we've done it for so long. So for people that are new to RVing, that might be really exciting because it was exciting for us. I think because we're so busy with work that the travel days took away from getting work done. And I think that to me, it was getting old because I'm like, I could get so much work done right now. So that was a con. What's a con for you?
All right, was that 2 cons or are you going to come back?
I'm going to come back because I don't know what other con.
Let's see, a con. I know it's kind of hard to think of cons, but when we went to film inside, we always had to turn off the air conditioner. And that always bugs me because we love hot climates, and to turn off the air conditioner to start filming, it kind of just sucks. You get all hot and sweaty, and then it just becomes, the thought of filming becomes miserable because it's going to be 98 degrees in there and sweat running down my back, and it's all to make a cool video that I'm like trying to be a certain level in, and I'm just like hot, tired, and exhausted. Yeah. So that got to me after a while. So that's one con. Are we coming back to your second con, or are we staying with my...
If you can figure out your second one
let's see here. Let's cue the Jeopardy music. Let me think for a second.
Okay, I got it. All right, I got my second con. I think after a while is the space... It felt like it was closing in on us because the thought of going into a house and having all that extra space, I was like, oh my God. So then even like cooking in the kitchen, if there was more than one person in the kitchen at a time, we're like, like, okay, give me some room. Let me finish up what I'm doing in here. And a lot of the spaces started to feel really small. And so that's the bad part when your mindset switches to like, okay, we're going to do a house, because then all of our time in the RV after that thought was kind of like, oh my God, it's so tight in here. Oh, it's so dark in here. Like there was a lot of things where I'm like, and then I go, oh my gosh, shut up. Like we lived in this thing for 3 years and we loved it. So, but I think that's where once I thought the house space and then being in the RV, I go, oh my God, and the walls are closing in on me.
All right, so I think it's kind of funny that it's kind of hard for us to come up with cons,
know,
right?
right?
I just thought of that just now. I go, it's so funny that we're trying to find something that we didn't like about RV life, and it's just
shows
like
how much we love it.
Yeah, it shows how much we love it for sure. I think the last thing that kind of bugged me was, let's say I wanted to get something out of one of the bins outside. I had to pull out. I had everything like packed in like a puzzle piece. And so if you want to pull out one thing in the middle bin, say there's 6 bins in there, and I've got layers on top of the bins. It was just to get a screwdriver out or a drill. Yeah. Ryder's like, can you get some tools out? I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be like a 15-minute ordeal. I gotta, you know how long I took to get everything positioned perfectly in there, and you want me to take all that out for a screwdriver? So it didn't even feel worth it. But I think just getting to the stuff in the middle of the storage bin was one of my biggest pet peeves, because I knew it was gonna be an ordeal.
It's not gonna be an in and out.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, other than that, I think it's pretty freaking awesome for 10 years. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. RV life, woo!
Right,
but this is our last RV road trip. So it's so weird to say. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not the last forever, but the last one for now.
Yep. And we get questions all the time like, are you guys done with RV life? Are you ever going back to RV life? We're just in a season right now where we need to listen to the kids, listen to our family, and we need to set up a little bit of roots, some foundational elements, and get the kids where they need to be in society.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we're almost done. We'll be right there. All right, the kids are yelling at us. We got to get over here. They want to go to the water park, so let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Let's get out here and get this thing set up.
All right, sounds good. Bye. So we just got to our new RV park, and I'm going to surprise Jimmy with a little challenge. Let's see if he's up for it. Hey, Jimmy, I have a challenge for you.
What's up?
All right, the kids want to get to the water park really fast. I know we just got here, so I'm going to give you a 15-minute challenge to see if you can get our water and sewer hooked up. You think you're up for it?
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right, the first thing we got to do is get out our Camco RV sewer combo kit, and they come in these cool little carrying cases right here. Keep everything nice and neat and organized, and that's what allows us to set up super fast because everything we need is right in here. And the reason why we have 2 of these setups is because we have 2 toilets in the RV. One for the back and one for the front.
For a while, we were fumbling around trying to piece things together, and that's why I am so glad that we found the Camco Rhino RV Combo Kit, because all these pieces work seamlessly together, and they also come in a handy carrying case. They have sturdy hose supports, Velcro straps to keep them in place, and crush-proof hoses to make them last.
Sewer is officially done. Let's get to the water. I think we did pretty good. I'm not sure what the time is until I start editing and put the clock on the bottom, but
Doing great.
grab the water setup right here. And what I love with this Camco setup, it's all in one. So you just grab the water bucket and away we go. All right, first thing we're gonna put on is a pressure regulator. And sometimes it's really strong and you can mess up your lines inside. So this keeps it at a constant pressure. The next thing we're gonna put on is the filter. We want clean water, we want filtered water. You never know what you're gonna get in these campsites. So it's really important to make sure you have a taste pure filter on. So I went with the Evo Flex 2 hose because this is a 50-foot hose and we have a 45-foot RV. So sometimes it takes a minute to get all the way over there.
This hose is BPA-free, lead-free, and also safe for drinking water. Let's hook this baby up.
All right, I think I got done in under 15 minutes for sure. The kids are gonna be super happy. We're gonna get to go to the water park and that didn't take very long at all, did it?
Oh, the kids are gonna be so excited. Hey guys, Daddy did it in under 15 minutes. Let's go get your bathing suits on. Woo! Let's get to the fun faster. Check out Camco online or at your favorite RV retailer. Typhoon Lagoon, let's go!
Let's go, guys. All right, guys, I see a giant wave pool over there. Ryder, oh my God, look how big the wave pool is.
Oh my God, that is actually wild.
One of the coolest things to do when you come to Typhoon Lagoon is what? Get a cabana. All right, so we got shade cover. Look at our stuff here. And you guys ready to hit the wave pool?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys, what do we have behind us, Ryder?
Wave pool.
Oh my gosh, so you guys want to go in there?
Oh yeah.
Look how awesome this is. All right, we've seen this all over line. The waves get pretty big, I think, so we're gonna go. Oh, there it is right there! Oh my gosh! Holy moly! Guys, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Holy moly, let's go down there and check it out. All right, Sandy, we just entered White Cap Cove. Getting ready to head out. There's actually a current right now pulling us out. So I think something big's getting ready to start. So, oh my God, holy crap. All right, let's go, baby, let's go.
Wait, we're gonna go out.
Oh my God, we're gonna go super far in. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love surfing.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't know where my family's at. God, holy shit. There it comes again. Oh no.
What I figured out by the time being here is you gotta go before breaks.
Underwater?
No, like you gotta do it before, you gotta body surf it before it breaks.
Okay. I'm just trying to survive. Just trying to survive. All right, Ryan, how is it?
It's very fun. It's a very big wave, but it's so hard.
Oh, guys! Guys! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus Louise. I saved my hat this time. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's go check on Sandy and see what she thinks.
Oh my God, that thing is the biggest wave.
All right, Cowabunga, here we come. Hey guys, wait up. How we feeling at the top? Sky, how you feeling?
Amazing.
Nervous?
Yeah, wait, Garrett.
Every time we come up to a slide, I get nervous. I don't know why. I do know why. Bye guys. Love you. See you never. Oh! All right, here we go. Ready or not, here we come. Oh yeah! All right, woo! Storm slides, here we come. Usually a pretty big chicken when it comes to things that drop you far from the sky, but I gotta say, that was invigorating fun, and I love that there's no weight to it. I think Nixon's gonna be the camera person for this one.
Alright, here we go! I don't know if we're supposed to sit down or stand up, but I just got a spider in my eye. Oh my god, I just looked kind of fast.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Guys, time for crushing gushers. Why am I always playing catch up, guys? You gotta wait for daddy. All right, that's where we're going. Like some pretty good drops up here. Let's see what we got. All right, Sky, lead the way. Uh oh, we got a decision to make here. Double rider, single double, doubles only. Banana blaster.
Oh, it's called the coconut crusher.
Coconut crusher, let's go. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh my 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 god!
Oh, that was so fun.
Oh, that was amazing! That was like a roller coaster ride. All right, Sky, I gotta say that one was pretty fun.
Yep,
that was good.
Really
that was good. That was good. That was good. That was super good. What I like about this one is you don't have to carry your inner tube up there. You get to take a belt. You see behind you. What's behind you? Guys, isn't this so much better than carrying our inner tube all the way up? Oh boy! Keep going in. Here we go. What do you think this ride's gonna be like?
Very fun and adventurous.
Very, 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 very wet.
Unexpected.
We have no idea what to expect, but there's a black tunnel coming up in front of us. God, are you nervous?
No.
Nervous?
Yes.
I'm nervous. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, baby! Guys, that was some good family fun, wasn't it?
Yes, that was really fun.
Smile on your face every time.
All right, well, I have to say, this might be one of the best water parks that I have been to. Everybody's so nice that works here. And when you have like a wave pool like this is like on another level. I love it.
A lot of fun, a lot of fun. I think Sandy has found her biggest fan. Let's go check it out.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What a nice fan you have.
Like a little air conditioner.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up the wave pool right now. What'd you think, Nix?
It was so much fun. We're coming back here before we leave.
Oh my God, that was a blast. I think that thing's like 10 feet tall, I don't know. Guys, final thoughts on the wave pool.
So fun.
Yeah, right?
It's fun, but it's hard to swim.
All right, guys. On this one, I can definitely say we are trying something new. Let's get on to the next adventure.